Good morning, Dale here from StandUpPaddleUK, and today we've got an exciting new review. We've got the 2022 Red Voyager 13.2 and we're going to check that out today. First of all, notice new bag, okay? Transformer bag. This is brilliant. Having a look at it, nice big carry handles, okay? What you'll notice, completely different colour scheme. The obvious bits, on the front you've got two big all-terrain wheels, something that other brands have been using for a while, but nice to see that Red have introduced that on their bags, making it easier to transport. On the front, you've actually got your access point for your board, okay? And I'll talk a little bit more about that afterwards. And let me just flip this around. On the back here, you've also got another external pocket that you can keep a few bits and bobs in. So that's another nice little feature. Now, have a look at these straps on the back. So Red have completely uphauled their design of their backpack. This has got a really nice kind of velour-y feel to it. It's padded, it's really comfortable, and it's got the kinds of things you would expect on a hiking backpack. So you've got these tensioners at the top, these tension straps. Now what they do, if you're familiar with baby carriers and outdoor backpacks, is they actually pull in the top of the bag so the weight's over your shoulders, which makes it much easier to distribute that weight. That's really cool, okay? You've also got a chest strap, which I've noticed is removable, so you can take this off if you don't want it. And then you've also got a nice padded waist strap around here, okay? As well as being adjustable, it's also got D-links and things like that, so you can adjust what you need to adjust. So another new feature which you'll notice is these red tension straps. Now you might think that they are just for tightening the bag for in transit, but actually they're not. These become an integral part of the new transporter carry system. So what actually happens, and I'll show you later on, but after I paddle, is all of this comes on Velcroed and leaves this back section, okay? That back section comes off with these existing straps and a strap that loops up over your board. And what that means is you can carry it as a bagless system. Now, about a year ago, I designed a bagless system very similar to this, but didn't incorporate it into a bag. So Red designers done a really good job of putting this kind of concept that people have been playing with into motion. And it means that if you're going on a long session, you don't need to take all the gubbins of your bag here, and you can just take your board. Now, one of the things that I was having trouble with when designing this was, where do you then put all your accessories? Well, Red have thought about that, and internally in the bag, on the back of this section here, are some little pockets. And again, I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, let's have a quick look what's in the bag, and then I am going paddleboarding. So, what do you get then? You get the Voyager, okay? You also get what looks like a standard, hopefully a coiled leash. Yeah, coiled leash. Shame it's in a plastic bag, but I did some research, and actually Red are removing the plastic from their entire supply chain. But at the moment, that's something that they're working on. I guess nobody is perfect at the moment. This is really nice to see, okay? So this is a Red mechanical fixing entry point. So you can get in there, there's no glues, no adhesives, it's just a net that folds. Last couple of bits, you can see you've got your tube there, which is for your pump. The pump is actually rolled internally in the board there, and it's the Titan 2. You've also got two upgraded, brightly coloured RSS battens in there, and in the back here you can just about work out there's a few pockets, and that is where, strapped in tight, he says. Oh, onto one of the internal straps. That is where the paddle goes, and this is one of Red's new paddles. As you can see, it's got a cord here, okay, and that is so that you don't have to faff around trying to find your two parts of your paddle, and that just simply clips in, drops into place, and there's a clasp there to lock that in place. Now you can see it's a lot smaller blade profile there, okay, which means it's much nicer for that kind of entry-level paddler. It's not going to hammer your shoulders or damage your shoulders like some of the entry-level paddles that you get will. What is nice about this, because I thought, well, where's the missing piece? There's actually a little clasp here, little lever system, which enables you to open and close the paddle. So you can add that extra section. It's a little bit loose, needs a little bit of tightening. I haven't figured out how to tighten that yet, but I'm sure there's something fairly straightforward to do that. But that means that you've got your paddle adjusted quite quickly just with that little lever system. Now that is something that's really cool. I've not seen that before and I really like it. It feels nice. New adjustable tensioning system here. A few little bits just to take away there. You'll also notice there's a GoPro mount here, or that you could put a GoPro mount just offset towards the centre, which is a nice touch. And then the front of the board, you've got your grab handle with your kind of point to which you can fasten a GoPro mount. So let's have a quick look at the board itself. So you've got a rear grab handle and D-link for your leash point. You've got access points to add bungees to the back of your board. More mounts that you can fasten a GoPro to if you want a GoPro on there. One thing worth noting, what I said earlier, is this has actually got the speed fin as well as the V-hull to make the board faster. Basically this has been used in boats for quite some time, and kayaks started using it about 4 or 5 years ago. Breaks the surface area. One slight issue, this is the twin fin. Red have actually sent me with an 8 and a 9-inch fin, so I've actually got odd fins today. So it's going to be interesting. It shouldn't make too much difference just on a lake in terms of the tracking, but it will make a little bit of difference. RSS battens are in. You've then got a nice grippy deck pad, and as mentioned before, you've got the existing bungee strap system that Red are using. It's adjustable for this season, and there's also the inclusion of the bottle holder which drops in there. Some of the previous models had a little loop on there, which is quite a nice idea. And then, as mentioned, the front. Let's flip her over and have a look. Okay, so as mentioned before, you've got the V-hull system, okay? So taking a lot of influence from boat design and boat hull design in the paddleboard world. And then as you can see, the twin fin set up to enhance tracking, and then the speed fin on the back to break that surface area on the water. So I'm going to go and check this out. I'm in a dry suit today. It's not freezing, but I wanted just to chuck my dry suit over the top of my clothes just in case I do go in. Not that I'm planning on doing, but you never know. I'm paddling alone and I'm going out and beyond onto the big bad lake. Looking forward to trying this board. Just in terms of specs, it's obviously a 13.2. It's 5.9, so it's effectively a 6-inch rail in terms of the board thickness, okay, and it's slightly narrower than most kind of touring boards, so this is 30 inches wide, okay, so I'm hoping that I'll notice a little bit more speed than the board I'm currently using. One thing to note, Red don't yet supply one of these little devices. You can buy one, but they don't supply one of these with their kits, which is a real shame. There's a lot of brands now, actually, when you buy the package, it's such a good package, this, and such a premium package with the new paddle, which is lovely, in terms of the quality of the pump, in terms of the quality of the new bag. The gear is top notch. This is a tiny little thing which is a niggle with StandUpPaddleUK, and we're honest and we're going to say it, we think all brands should be introducing that, and it should be given away free with a board. So that's my only niggle with this, but to get you on the water, you've got everything you need. If you are buying a Red board, purchase one of the quick release waist belts. Lots of different brands, you don't have to buy the Red one, but I definitely advise you having one. It's a lot easier for moving around your board, and if you're going to go under anything moving, then it's essential. So we're on the water. It's very windy. Just going to stand up and go for a cruise. Okay, first observations. Board's quick, tracks really well, even with 2 different sized fins. Feels really stable. Got a little bit of a wobble with it being a slightly narrower board, which is nice because you get some control with that as well, because you get a bit of a feel for the board. It doesn't just feel like it's planted in the water, but really, really nice. So I'm going to do a loop around this lake and see how it tracks, see how the speed compares to other boards. But so far, really, really impressed. Love the board. It's a good looking board, really attractive, and a really nice feel to it. So I'll check in a bit. So what else can I say about this board, apart from I absolutely love it? I think it's great. And if you're at that price point where you can afford a Red board like this and you want that kind of premium feel, then this is a great option. it is a superb board. Attention to detail is really nice. Having a look at the deck pad and around the board, quality seems really good. I know there's been a few people commenting on Facebook groups. Obviously, be careful what you listen to on Facebook groups. Go and check out for yourself, because no one ever leaves a positive review, I would always say. For the record, this board isn't mine. This is going back to Red. This is just borrowed to have a look at and review. This is their sample board. So there's absolutely no incentive for us to say it's a good board here at StandUpPaddleUK. It just is a lovely board. So let's do a quick test of the stiffness. You can see the board itself, I'm giving it some welly. There's obviously movement, but the RSS battens are definitely helping with the rigidity of the board. You can see a bit of flex on the nose there, but that's due to the length. It's always going to flex. So all in all, this is a really stiff board, which you'd expect from a premium brand like Red, with RSS battens, their MSL technology. You just have to bear with me as I'm coming into the wind here. One thing that I do really like though on a touring board or coming to that sort of race size is I love having a kick plate on the back, and this doesn't have that on the back of the deck, so you can do step backs and so on. It does turn quite nicely, but just find it really stable and helpful to have that kick plate, and I think that's something that I would like to see on a board like this. So what are my closing thoughts to this 2022 Red Voyager 13.2? I think it's excellent. I think it's a great board. I think it does exactly what you would expect from a premium Red product. I absolutely love it. It's fast, it's stable, it's good fun. It's still a little bit trippy, which I like, so you can play around on it and enjoy it. It's well built. I'm struggling to find a negative. I guess the only negative is the price point. If this is above your price point, then this probably isn't a contender on your Christmas list. But there are obviously cheaper alternatives available. But if you're wanting a really good quality board, stable, just great fun to paddle, attractive, and just a good quality piece of kit, and you can afford the Voyager price point, then certainly consider this as one of your go-to options. You wouldn't be disappointed, and that's coming from a non-Red paddle boarder. So that's it from me. I've thoroughly enjoyed taking this board for a spin. I'm going to switch off now and go for a paddle and enjoy it myself. Catch you soon.